Hey girl, we have officially made it into 2026, and I know everybody right now is trying to scramble and figure out what we're going to do better this year to make up for the hell of 2025. However, I'm here to let you in on a little secret. Everything you've been told about New Year's resolutions is wrong. It's not about what you add, but it's about what you take away. Because what good is adding any new habits if we're still going to continue to repeat the same self-sabotaging habits with the same mindsets? By cutting out and letting go of these self-destructive habits and limiting beliefs, you will then have new space with productive and positive ones. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm not about to wear these glasses. Tip number 1. Do not settle for anything in this life. This comes down to your career, your job, your friendships, your partner, whatever it is. This is the only life that we get, and it's too short to settle for mediocrity or things that don't truly make you happy or bring you peace. You shouldn't let anybody or anyone ever make you feel like you're asking for too much, because majority of the time when people give their input, it's merely just projection. It's coming from their own perspective and their own experience. So just because somebody settle for something else or they can't see themselves reaching this point in life doesn't mean that you have to have that same belief. A lot of us are programmed from an early age, whether it be from our parents, society, to have low self-esteem and just be happy with whatever we can get. But when you constantly settle, you're telling everybody that you do not deserve better out of life. You're telling God this. And this cycle continues to repeat with everything you want to achieve in life, relationships, jobs. And you'll just look up one day and wonder why you're so unhappy. And it's because you chose to settle when you could have asked for more. You're lowering your standards and you will continue to feel unsatisfied until you make a change. And trust me, I know that feeling well. But you should, because you deserve more. We all are made equal. We all bleed the same. We all do the same things. So if somebody else is demanding more out of life and they're seeing those results, it doesn't mean that they're more deserving of it. It means that they're asking for it and they're going after it. When you settle, that's all you get. What you ask for is what you will receive. So once you let go of settling and fully allow yourself to want better from life, to want better from situations, because it's possible, you'll feel some discomfort and uncertainty. But once you start to implement this, you will build healthier relationships and attract fulfilling opportunities. Tip number 2, stop counting on external validation and approval from others. This includes your friends, partner, whoever. External validation is nice, and it's a natural thing for us to want acceptance and approval from others. Like a lot of things, it's ingrained in us to look for that from our teachers, from our parents. However, when you're dependent on the approval and opinions from others, it stops you from living on your own set of terms. Because when your self-esteem is just built on how other people respond to you and their actions, you give other people power of deciding your self-worth. Which doesn't make sense, because we all have opinions and they all change. Most of our opinions are just from our own perspective and our own reality of whatever's going on. So someone having an opinion of you doesn't necessarily mean it's true. It's just how they see it at that point in time, but they can change their minds, just like a lot of people do. So what other people have to say about you is not fact. And putting your self-esteem and self-worth in other people's hands, you're just going to continue to be disappointed and continue to be swayed around with whatever everybody else is doing, and you won't feel fulfilled. People really respect authenticity. People really respect authenticity. When you constantly try to change or adapt to what other people want, you lose your true values, your goals, and your interests, and you just lose yourself.
You've lost the plot.
Bruh, if you're not too careful, this can, easily lead to abusive relationships as well, because people know when somebody's constantly looking for validation. They know when you're constantly trying to do stuff to please other people, and they will take advantage of this. So when you can push through that uncomfortable feeling of doing things that you want to do, regardless of if you're getting applause from it, regardless if you tell somebody about it and they don't, believe in you, or they're kind of iffy about it, and when you can make decisions without constantly asking for other people's input, is only then you will start to build trust and confidence within yourself. All right, you guys, this is one of my favorite tips. Tip number 3, stop the victim mindset and take full accountability for where you are right now in life. For one, I want to get this out there. God rewards people who take true accountability. But you can stop making excuses, stop blaming everybody else, and reflect on what exactly went wrong and your part in it. It's only then where you can actually learn from it and make better choices next time. A lot of people stay stuck in life because they're so focused on what other people did, how it's their fault, how they would have gotten here if such and such didn't happen. I'm one that used to do that. It's like, okay, I blame the jobs, I blame the economy, I blame my family. Oh, I grew up and I'm this way because of this. And even though a lot of these things may be true, and we certainly have been challenged, or things have happened that have been very unfair that have caused certain output, the harsh truth that we need to accept is that all the actions that we've made today, despite our circumstances, have landed us where we are right now. And if you don't like where you are right now, you just have to take full accountability for that, because when you do, you can change. It's not the end of the world. We aren't children anymore, so blaming other people is not the way to go. When you own your actions, it requires you to be self-aware, helping you understand your true motivations and roles that you play in your own life. And this is not to feel bad, because it's just the reality. When we can step back and stop being offended and take accountability for where we're at right now, this in the long run is going to help you build your confidence, because for one, you stop giving your power away to external sources and circumstances that you have zero control over, and allows you to take power of your own destiny. When you hold yourself accountable, it pushes you to have more discipline and creates commitment. This pushes you to work harder for what you actually want. All right, tip number 4. Stop taking everything so personally. Learn how to invest your energy and emotions into yourself. For example, me right now, I am the type of person that can be easily irritated or moody off of what other people do, or little things that happen in my day that don't go my way, and let it be somebody close to me do something that annoys me or hurts my feelings. I've been quick to let it consume me for hours and even ruin my whole day. I am the type of person, I am emotional. I like to focus on how I feel most of the time. So when I feel something, I'm feeling it tenfold. Just the other day, I got irritated at something that my mom said, and it had me fixated on it for a few hours. But what has truly helped me when I do get irritated to stop giving all my energy to that situation is focusing on myself. Whether that be going to the gym, doing a face mask, or watching my favorite show or movie to distract me, or even putting on a video about detachment. I have found that keeping myself busy and productive, and especially doing something that I know is going to give me endorphins or is going to be beneficial to me in the long run, really lessens the amount of time that I'm angry and upset, and it allows for me to sit with the emotion and let it pass through instead of holding on to it longer than it needs to be held on to. It also allows me to shut my mouth and not say hurtful things that I don't mean to the other person just because I'm feeling a strong emotion right now. We already have to suffer in this life, unfortunately, due to things that we can't control. But what we can control is our emotions. We can't control what people do, but we can control how we feel and how long we choose to feel that way. But you can stop giving away your power and energy to things that you're probably not even going to be pissed off about, a day from now, or days from now, a week from now, a month from now. That is when you can gain back control. You can gain back your power. Okay, this is like a heavy one I had to learn this year especially. Stop dismissing your feelings and how you feel to keep the peace in your relationships. Always stand up for yourself, or nobody else will. So what does standing up for yourself really mean? This means that you ask for what you actually want. You speak up when you feel disrespected or mistreated. You stop second guessing yourself all the time. And you make tough decisions that set clear boundaries. For me, I don't like confrontation, and I tend to want to keep the peace. But it's like, what good is keeping the peace if it's at the expense of my own emotions and how I really feel? How you feel is important too, just as it is the other person. You're letting people walk over you just because you don't want to start conflict. You're telling them that they can openly disrespect you. And you're really telling yourself that you don't matter. Your feelings don't matter. And especially if you're somebody that has grown up with trauma, childhood trauma, this is a big no-no, because a lot of us felt invalidated as children. So when you repeat that cycle as an adult, this thing's even harder. So when you can finally stand up for yourself and stick up for what you want, when you can advocate for yourself, you're telling yourself in your brain and your subconscious that how you feel does matter, and you deserve to be treated with respect, regardless of not if it causes an argument or a conversation, because that's just the clear signs of you showing respect that you have for yourself. It makes you less resentful towards people. It helps you to truly make and keep authentic connections with people by making sure that your needs are heard and valued. You have to know that your feelings provide you with vital information. They help guide you, and when you ignore it, it leads to anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. If you want to be happy this year, you need to drop it like a bad habit, literally. Girl, what tip is this? Okay, tip number 6. Stop being afraid to cut people out of your life who do not align with you anymore. Doesn't matter how long you've known them, doesn't matter how everything once was, doesn't matter that you went to school with them. If they don't have any goals, if you can't relate to them or their lifestyle anymore, then you just need to cut it. I'm the type of person to be there for you when you're going through different phases throughout life, because I go through different phases. We all change, we all evolve, and we all have to learn our lessons. So I've never been the type to just, okay, I'm gonna cut them off because they're doing something I don't agree with right now and they're going down a dark path. I've always believed that no, I want to help this person. I can see the potential in them, especially if they're like self-aware enough to take accountability for their actions and what they're doing, and they want to do better. I can want to be there to help them, but I had to get to the point where I realized that, okay, it's been years and years and this person or these people still haven't changed. But you can only help people so much. You can't want it more than they would want for themselves. And just overall, if that person doesn't want to do better and they're comfortable where they're at, there's not much else we can do. You also need to cut off friends that only want to call you to vent and complain. The friends that only want to talk to you about guys and dating problems. The friends that use you as an emotional tampon but don't care about how you feel or how you're doing. And I just really had to learn this lesson, because I do enjoy being there for people, because I'm an emotional person. I like to talk about feelings. I like to check in with people. I want to help as much as I can. I want people to feel heard and understood and all that other good stuff. But it gets to a point when that's all your friendship is, when that's all you're being used for, and that other person isn't reciprocating, they don't care to talk about anything else. You're just their emotional tampon. And don't get me wrong, it's always good to confide in your friends, talk about guys and all the other stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But if that's the only thing, like I said, it's not a good friendship. Just get rid of male-centered friends as a whole. Who you surround yourself with matters. I want to surround myself around people who are chasing their goals, have different ambitions, and want more out of life. Tip number 7. Stop playing it small, take risks, and be bold. God in the universe rewards people who take action and have faith. You have got to get out your comfort zone. It's so overly said, but it is the truth. In order to get something that you've never had, you've got to do things that you've never done. When you can make calculated, bold moves that push you out your comfort zone, this again builds your confidence by you proving to yourself that you can face challenges, you can face failures, and most importantly, you can learn from it all. It builds your resilience and your rejection sensitivity and strengthens your self-belief. Now, there's a quote that applies to this. On the other side of uncertainty is a room for wisdom. Tip number 8. Stop counting on other people to regulate your emotions. Do it yourself. It is always good to confide in friends and family, but you have to remember that you are your own safe place before anybody else is. I personally, throughout the past year, have had the same problem of holding and putting all my emotional baggage onto my partners, because I didn't want to, bother like my friends or my family. I would really just trauma dump and constantly need emotional help, which is okay, but in consideration from my partners. I expected them to save me from myself. I counted on them to be the one to help me with my breakdowns, to help me through my spirals. I've realized over time that it's not healthy. It's just not fair to whoever you're with. Just because I have my own stuff, my own trauma, doesn't mean that I have to put all of that onto my partner, because my partner is one person. What happens if I break up with them? If I always count on them to help regulate how I feel, what's going to happen when they're not here no more? Not everybody's going to have the capacity to deal with your emotions all the time as well as their own. And that's perfectly fair. I wasn't taught how to regulate my emotions, but like I said earlier, that is our job to do as adults. My mama always said, do not put your life in anybody's hands. And that applies to so many things, including your emotional well-being.
period.
Tip number 9, stop counting on people to believe in your dreams. You need to believe in yourself when no one else will. Especially this last year, I definitely learned to never give up, no matter what obstacles come, and to realize that I'm always going to have people in my ear. I'm always going to have society telling me what I should do, what job I should take, what career I should go into. This past year, I've had so many people, hey, do this job, or hey, don't give up on your degree you got, continue into that. Even after I've told them that doesn't make me happy, this made me miserable, I don't want to take that path. I want to go this way. I want to chase my dreams. I want to do something that I'm actually passionate about, because I know what it's like, and I've known what it's like to be at a job for months, to be in a place and just be miserable and broken down because I'm doing something that I'm not happy about. I'm doing something to please my family, to please other people. But at the end of the day, none of it made me happy. Me making the decision to decide to do YouTube, what I've really wanted to do, what I've always wanted to do since I was little, and to stop pushing that back and to actually take action, it's made me so much happier and feel so much more fulfilled, even if other people don't believe in it right now. A lot of the time, when people tell you things, they just want to keep you safe. Like having such and such, being at this place is more of a safe option, like I said, to do. But the reality is nothing in this life is actually safe. I'd rather take a risk than to be in a miserable career at a miserable job. This all really just ties back to the needing external validation, but you really do have to have an inner self-belief that you can do whatever you set your mind to. A lot of times when people are doing what they love to do, they might not get results in the very beginning, and that's okay. When it comes to music artists that were making music on SoundCloud, making beats in their room where they didn't have any fans yet, they didn't have a label yet, they didn't have any hits yet. I'm sure a lot of people didn't believe in them then, but it was up to them to keep going, to believe in themselves, and that's why they are where they're at today. Last and final tip number 10, stop lacking and be consistent. Anything you truly want in this life, you must be consistent regardless of the outcomes you're seeing right now, regardless of the failures. You can keep failing and failing and failing, but eventually it has no choice but to work out for you. Alright, you guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you like this video and if you have any tips or you want to see more of this type of content, please comment down below and give this video a like and make sure to subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon.